All right, good afternoon, everybody. I thought I would do a video. I'm not going to say a quick video because I do tend to ramble. I admit it. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I had, let's see, a few things to tell you about. Everybody here is doing great. Sam's still enjoying this enormous tree branch that blew down. They have stripped it really, really well. And if it wasn't so darn heavy, I would roll it over so they could get the rest of the pine needles. Hopefully my husband and son can do that this weekend. Because there's still lots of good stuff, huh, Sam? Like, I'm busy. I'm eating the bark. At least you're eating it off this and not the live trees like Cupcake still does. Because she's special. Yes. So, a few things. One is that my fall sheared sheep, like these two ladies here, their wool is not growing back very well. And I was talking to one of our vets about that, and her thought is that because we have had such a weird, wet, mild winter, they just haven't needed to. They are clearly healthy. They eat. They're happy, healthy little sheep. They're just not growing back as much. Now, I did shear a couple weeks late, and so, but I've taken that into account. I've looked back at pictures, and even with that 2-week delay, they're just not as fluffy as they usually are by now, or after this long. So, not sure what's going to happen with the spring fleeces. Yeah, huh, little mister. They may or may not be long enough to even process into roving bumps, which is what they do when it's too short for roving. So I don't know. If nothing else, I can use it for felting soaps. Huh, buddy? Yeah, you pretty little man. But everybody's doing well. They're eating well. The ones that weren't sheared in the fall are getting nice and fluffy. Hi, dear. Oh, Cupcake has to go potty. Thank you. Oh, and they both have to go potty. Gosh. You guys are dorks, just so you know. Yes. Oh, teefers. Thank you for the teefer shot. You are so cute. Oh, look at the teefers. Oh, my goodness. You are a show-off. Says, I know what the camera's for. It's for telling everybody how pretty I am. I'm going to show you my teefers. You are precious, Radagast. Let's see. I told you guys about the land, and I had posted that video. The fence is going to be going up on the new land in March. That's not necessary, dear. Oh, are you rubbing on Cupcake? You're not fighting. You're loving on her. Oh, honey, that's so... You're such a nice girl. Look at you. Cupcake's like, I don't know what's happening. Are we in a fight? I don't know. I don't understand. You're precious, dear. Yes, you are. Anyway, we're on the schedule for the fence. They're going to start in March and should only take a couple of weeks. And that is really, really exciting. Looking forward to having this opened up. There will be gates for these guys to get out here, and then a gate over there for Black Velvet for her side of the pasture. Hello. Hello, handsome. So that's going to be fun and exciting. And let's see. This is kind of a weird, oh, Lady Elegant. Look at you, you pretty, pretty girl. Hi. Yeah, I brought your medicine out. We'll take care of it in a minute. You beautiful lady. So, a few months ago, I mentioned that I had a big plan, and I was going to start a breeding program for Hog Island sheep, and I have come to the realization that I just cannot do that. The Hog Islands are an incredibly endangered sheep from back east, and I would love to help them. I would love to get them out this far west and get people interested in breeding them. But the last couple of months have really. Do you ever have times where you just feel like you're getting messages? You're getting confirmations, or you're getting insight into what would be best. I know everybody probably gets that. Between Black Velvet's health and watching her, go through what she did, and then my own health, I have back problems that I could bore you to tears over, that have been ongoing for my whole life, but they have been especially bad for the last decade or so. Now it appears I have carpal tunnel in one of my wrists, and I'm just a walking mess. I am. Tried to start a walking program, and I was doing really well, walking a mile a day, and then actually both of my feet started hurting really bad, so it's probably a cuboid bone thing. So got new shoes, trying to get trying to get going again, but it's just, you ever feel like you're beating your head against a wall? It's like, oh, okay, this hurts now. Okay, we fixed that thing. Okay, now something else hurts. Okay, we're going to fix that thing. Okay, now this other thing hurts. It's just, excuse me while I snort in despair. It's frustrating, and it's not like I'm getting any younger. And so I have to think in terms of what can I do with the limitations that I have. The other thing is that we just bought this new land, and my husband said, he asked if I would wait, to do the breeding program, at least until we get that land paid off. And obviously, yeah, of course I'll do that. But that puts us even older than we are now. At some point, I'm sure my husband would like to retire. I mean, he's in his late 50s. It would be nice for him to be able to retire when he wants and not to have to continue working to support my crazy sheep shenanigans. So, long story short, between just recognizing what I am physically and honestly emotionally capable of doing, and looking long term at just how much money we would have to invest just in infrastructure in order to do a proper breeding program, I think that ship sailed several decades ago. I don't think it's something that we can do. And I shed some tears over that, but I'm good with that now. I've gotten some confirmations lately as to what exactly are my gifts and what exactly are my strengths. Those are loving these sheep and giving them a home for as long as they live, and not putting any undue stress on them, not, as much as I can possibly help. Making sure that sheep who need homes have homes. And that doesn't mean I can have, a ton of them out here. It means being smart about how many we can support, how many the new land can support, and the barns can support. But just making sure that the ones I have and the ones I come across that need homes actually have a good home. So I had toyed with the idea of getting a fin sheep ram, because I tell you, I have absolutely fallen in love with the fin sheep. I love all of my sheep, but the fins are they are something really, really special. And I found a beautiful brown fin sheep ram that I would love to have bought, and bred him to deer. But I don't think it's in my toolbox or my wheelhouse, or whatever cliche you want to use. I don't think it's in my, I don't think that it would be good for me to deal with that kind of stress. And it's going to be stressful. It doesn't matter if everything works out perfectly and there are never any health problems and there's never any lambs who die or ewes who die. It's still stressful. And again, there's infrastructure issues. We would have to adapt the barns. We would have to do things differently, and I would have to invest more money in that. So all of this is a very long explanation as to why I have made a firm decision this time not to do any breeding, not to do the Hog Islands, and not to bring any rams in to breed my girls, and just not not to even have them bred out off the farm. I think I've gone through several stages of sheep ownership where I feel like somehow I'm not a proper sheep farmer if I'm not breeding, if I'm not doing what everybody else is doing. And it's time for me to not think in those terms. It's like way past time for me to not think in those terms. What are you doing? Did you get tired of chasing the dog? I was keeping an eye on her and Grizz. As he's wandering around, she was just calmly following him, like, I still want to sniff you. I still really like to sniff you. Oh, you're not going to let me sniff you? Okay. So Grizz is fine. He's over there sniffing for sheep poop, probably, which is totally disgusting. I shouldn't share that with you guys, but yeah. He's a dog. It's what he does. Anyway, my goal for 2021 is to stop comparing myself and Blaine Fleece and Fiber to other farms. I need to get past this idea that to be a real sheep farmer or a fiber farmer or whatever I am, I have to be like everybody else, or I have to breed and I have to do all this. I don't have to do anything I don't want to, right? And what I want to do is love on these guys for as long as I get to have them, for as long as they're healthy and kicking. Maybe not kicking so much anymore, Black Velvet? Just an update on her. She is back on a very small dose of maloxacam because she was getting so stiff. It was getting scary. And I won't let my sheep be in pain. Right now, she is comfortable. She went after I started the maloxacam up again, and she's getting half the dose that she was before all the bad stuff happened. So it seems to have perked her up some. She's still stiff when she first gets up, but she's able to walk it off faster now that she's back on the maloxacam than she could when she wasn't taking it. And so my job is to monitor these things, make sure that she is getting around okay, and that she's not in so much pain she doesn't want to move at all. She is eating a lot. She is quite happy eating everything now. She's even, it feels like, honestly, now that I think about it, since I started her back on the maloxacam, she's actually eating more of her alfalfa than she was. So I know that there are varied opinions about maloxacam, and I know that it can be dangerous. Obviously, we had to take her off of it because of stomach problems, but that was also, I don't know that the stomach problems would have happened if it weren't for the drugs that we tried to give her because of the high potassium. I think that's what actually triggered it. Not saying the maloxacam couldn't have played a part, which is why we're only doing half the dose that we used to do. So I know that everybody has opinions on that, and I respect everybody's opinions, but I'm making this choice for her because I feel like it's the best. I am not going to keep sheep around who are in pain, who can't get up and walk around and graze, can't get around to get to their feeders. I'm not going to put them through that. So that is the decision that I've made, and I think she is better off for it. She loves being up here at the fence line at night, and so we're putting more hay and bedding up there for her. She's got plenty of wool to keep her warm, so I don't think she's having any problems with that. And actually, when I stick my hands down in the wool up close to her skin, she's pretty toasty. So our little old lady's doing well. Hoping she makes it, keeps doing well and makes it through another spring and summer and fall. And then I will make a decision as to whether to put her through another winter or not. But for now, I'm enjoying our time together. Yes. And that's what I want to be able to focus on. I don't want to worry about babies and prenatal health and postnatal health and revamping the barns and investing money in something that is honestly going to cause me more stress than what is probably good for me. So that's what we're doing here. Yeah, Ruby Sue. I am on a friend's list to receive bottle babies if she has a need to rehome some bottle babies this spring. They would be not in the house bottle babies. They would be in one of the side rooms of one of the barns bottle babies. So we wouldn't have the same thing we went through last year with that one little bottle baby we tried to help out. So we might have some new additions this spring. We'll see how things go. Dear, you're just really loving that Black Velvet doesn't eat that much grass hay, huh? Yes, Black Velvet doesn't like her grass hay fed to her inside of her barn. That's for her alfalfa. So I put her grass hay out here, and she nibbles at it, but meh, that's not as good as alfalfa. So everybody else gets to enjoy it. Goofy sheep. You're all goofy, wonderful sheep. So that is what's happening here. Oh, Grizz, Grizz, Grizz. Stop eating that. Grizz. Grizz. But it's so nummy, Mom. All right, that's all I got for y'all. Y'all, sheesh. I'm not from the South. Should have roving back and yarn from Rohan in April. I'm hoping that we're still on the schedule for that. And just looking forward to a good 2021. Radagast, don't bug him. Grizz knows he can get on the deck. You can get on the deck. Yeah, okay. I'm going to stop here. I'm going to give Black Velvet her afternoon dose of medicine and make sure that Grizz and Radagast are okay. Thanks for listening to this very, very long video, and I hope you're having a good day. Thanks.